persons on, to update persons on our rebuilding efforts. And since then, our call has evolved into one where we just update on community activities, and we have just kept going. It's like a lunchtime call. It's a little after lunch, but depending on which time zone you're in. In Jamaica, 1 o'clock, you'd be having lunch. And if you're in Houston, what time is it in Houston, Dr.
One o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock,
Jamaica
lunchtime,
time.
So welcome to the call, everybody. We have lots of great things in store today. Let me just quickly tell you. Today we are going to have again our project manager Shani Reid tell us about the Biennial conference coming up that you can't afford to miss in Jamaica, June 14th to 18th. We will have one of the finest, well, motivational speakers, or executive leadership coaches, Coach Alvin Day. He'll be on and he'll be doing a special presentation. We have one of the greatest reggae artists of all times, Mr. Wayne Wonder. He'll be on talking about the journey to Kingston. And then we always encourage persons to invest in Jamaica. Investing in real estate. Maxine Miller will again be on the program. We just want to remind individuals about how you can invest. And we have a special surprise in studio. So yeah, lots of great things in store. So we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna get right into it. And I want to just recognize my co-host, Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones helps to keep us in line, especially when it comes to time. And so, Doc, over to you.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Consul General. Definitely a powerful space for us to keep informed on the diaspora. So I just want to remind you all that you will be muted. If you raise your Zoom hand, then we can, call on you at some point. But we do want to get through a number of speakers today. If you remember to put your name on the Zoom window so that we can recognize your name. And in the chat, if you put your name and the state that you're from, we want to get representation from all of the 13 states in the southeast region of the United States. So each week we want to see more and more states represented. Thank you for those joining.
And I want to use the opportunity to just congratulate new president of the Jamaica Cultural Connection in Orlando, Debbie Jolly Jarrett. She is newly minted president, so we can give her some claps in the chat. And I will use the opportunity, if you don't mind, Dr. Jones, to have our newly minted president also opening a word of prayer for us. So
wonderful.
You can open up for Debbie Jolly Jarrett, new president for the Jamaica Cultural Connection in Orlando.
All right. She has to be unmuted?
Unmuted, yes.
Debbie, okay, there we go. We can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Again, thank you so much, CG. CG is a great friend of ours here in Orlando. And just want to give God all the thanks. Shall we? Bow our heads. Father God, every morning we wake up, the first thing that we know we're to do is give you thanks. We give you thanks for love, for life, for the diaspora of Jamaica and all over the world, for helping those less fortunate. We give you thanks for the willingness, the compassion to get together and spearhead projects that can only uplift each other, uplift Jamaica, and people here all over the diaspora. God, we ask you for continued guidance and blessings. In your holy name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. And we'd like to welcome listeners from I&I Radio. And of course, big respect to those that power this event, JWalker about CV, Nicole's Art, and Christie Design, and of course, the Jamaica Consulate.
So we're going to welcome our project manager for our Biennial conference, Diaspora conference taking place Montego Bay, June 14th to 18th. We're going to have this as a feature going on into the conference. And let me just start off by saying, you do not want to miss the conference. Take it from me. It is not to be missed. You're going to have a great time. Trust me, you're going to make a lot of great contacts, get a lot of important information for you personally, for your business, and you get to network with Jamaicans from all over the world. You don't want to miss it. And book your flight. There's some great hotel options. And I want to invite Shani Reid, now project manager, doing a fantastic job. Again, just to tell us a little bit more about the conference and where persons can go to get information. Just remind us, she shared beautifully last week, but we want to keep the momentum going. And over to you, Shani. Happy to have you again, once again on the program. And you have to unmute. Jason, you have to unmute Shani. Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good night. I'm not sure where everyone is at this time. So welcome again. Thank you so much for having me, Dr. Jones and CG. Good afternoon, everybody. So I initially was going to go through the presentation I did for the PrepCon, but I don't think I have that much time. So I'll just pick from a few things. So the first thing I want to discuss today is I've been talking about these RFID bands, that the RFID technology that we'll be using at the conference. So I have on mine from the launch, and I'm going to show it to you. So once you sign up for your ticket, you're going to get an email with your confirmation. You take that confirmation to the registration desk, they'll scan it. It will say that, yes, Shani Reid is a delegate, you'll get a band, and this band is what gets you in to do everything. This band gets you into the conference. This band gets you into the marketplace. It gets you your lunch. It gets you every single thing that you will need. If you are an exhibitor, I had discussed today. No, well, before we go to exhibitor, remember I told you about the tap to connect. So there is an NFC feature. Look at nice girl. There's an NFC feature on your phone once you turn it on. So let's say I've met Dr. Jones and I said, Dr. Jones, we should stay in touch. She goes, okay, sure. I'll tap my band to her phone. She'll instantly get my contact information. I just want to reiterate that the contact information is what you would have put on your attendee profile when you've signed up. So she's not going to get your contacts. She's not going to get your emails, access to your photo gallery, nothing like that. She's going to get exactly what you've put. So if you put just your name and your email, that's it. If you put your name, your email, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, everything, then she'll get all of that. So let's say you're an exhibitor. So of course, we're in the marketplace. We're here to connect with business leaders, with customers, with innovators. And again, we want to exchange information, but of course, we may not have as much time. So again, as an exhibitor, you have an exhibitor hub profile, which is separate from a delegate. So that way, when someone comes, I meet Dr. Jones again at the Hourglass booth, but now I want to speak with her about Hourglass doing projects within Florida, wherever. So she's going to tap again to my tablet at my booth or my phone, and it will load in my exhibitor profile, which means after conference or even the same night, I can go back in and say, okay, I met Dr. Jones, I met CG Mair, I met Miss Jarrett, Miss Rose, Miss Hilton, Miss Miller, and they're interested in these things. And then I can go back and make connections with them. And again, only what Miss Rose, Miss Jarrett, Miss Hilton have shared will come across for the exhibitor. But that way you will have that in your profile. So you don't have to remember the cards. You don't have to remember who spoke to who. It will all be there. And so that's why we're very excited about the bands from AITIX this year. They've really allowed us to interact well with each other. I did mention last week that we will also have the push to moderator question function again through your bands. So that's the bands. CG, if you don't mind, I'd probably ask, are there any questions about the bands before I move on to the other thing? Nope, no questions. Perfect.
And I think if you just remind persons now, by the way, as I asked Shani a question, if you are coming to the conference, signed up, or you plan to sign up, please just put it in the chat right now. Professor Elliott You and I booked at a conference recently. I saw you there, so I'm expecting to see you sign up for our conference. I'm thinking you probably have done so already, but putting you on the spot.
Yes, he's signed up.
You signed up. Yeah, man, he's a good guy, gentleman, professor from Atlanta. So guys, if you have signed up or planning to sign up, please just type in the chat now, as we wait. Yeah. Hotels, Shani, can you remind the
Sure.
hotels?
I will remind for hotels, but since we're on registration, CG, I just
Yeah,
wanted to,
go
if
ahead.
you don't mind, I just wanted to announce that the
Please.
single day tickets that I promised would be available last week
Yes.
are available now. See, we kept our promise. So the single day tickets
Excellent.
are $90 per day. They're available for you to purchase online now. So if you can't stay for the 3 days, we understand, but please absolutely log in and register for your single day tickets at aitix.app/BJDC. Lovely,
You
Miss.
put the link in the chat.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will. Let me just do that now.
Yeah. I put it there for you already. Yeah.
Oh, you're amazing. Thank you so much. So those are
And Shani, for those listening, because we're on the air as well, just repeat that website again.
Sure, absolutely. It is AITX.app/ which slash is this one? /BJDC. And then I also want to say your early bird registration ends next week, Friday. So please, please, please get your early bird tickets. It's still $180 US. And your single day tickets are now open. Again, aitix.app/BJDC. CG, I have the magazine also next on my list, but if you want, I can jump to hotels. That's no problem.
All right.
Which one? It's okay.
Give the hotels. Give the hotels.
Sure. So our hotels this year, once again, our conference hotels, we have 4. Our S Hotel, that's on the Strip, Half Moon, which is in Rose Hall, Iberia Star, which is in Rose Hall, and Oceans Hotels, which is a little further up in Trelawney. So they still have rooms. Now Iberia Star probably only has about 10 rooms left. So I'm asking you to please at the block rates. So I'm asking you to please go and book your rooms,
guys,
right away. Half Moon still has a few. S Hotel may have some, but you can just write to them, and everyone should still be able to get through to the blocks by the latest Monday. But as I said, it was 17 rooms on Monday. By the time I was finished with steering committee, it was 14. So I get another report tomorrow. I'm gonna say it's about 10 rooms at Iberia Star. Please, please, please book. Now that we've spoken about the hotel CG, then let's just discuss the shuttle arrangement.
We have a quick question. Rio is not on the list, right?
Well, Rio is not on the list because Dr. Thompson from Canada and his contingent has booked out the Rio. So there are no rooms for the fullness of the days. I think Rio has rooms post the 16th, but that's at the end of conference. So that's why. However, if you are staying at Rio, because I was just about to discuss the shuttle, what we've done is we know that people are going to stay within the environs of the conference center. So your shuttles will be we have 6 shuttles or 6 locations that we shuttle from per day. These are Doctor's Cave by the Starbucks, because you may be staying on the Strip or close by. The S Hotel, Half Moon, Rio, Half Moon, Iberia Star, and Oceans. These shuttles run twice per day to and from. They start between 7:45 and 8:30, so that you will get to conference on time for the 9 a.m. start. So those are your shuttles. Now that will take me to CG, our program. So your program is 96.5% complete. So that will be out for you on Friday. We have a great 3 days of conference.
Can you break the people are very nervous.
She has it
they
ready.
Are nervous. Can you advise them
I have it ready.
if a certain person on this call will be on the program, just tell them.
As I imagine so. That's what I have on this list, and that is what I see. So I would only hope that that individual has booked their ticket.
Guys, I will be on the program, so you must come to support me.
I have it here, day 1, 2 p.m. Diaspora and Returnee Business Success Stories. Moderator. Oliver Mair, Consul General, Consulate General of Jamaica, Southeastern United States. I have it confirmed here, sir. Please do not
People, you have it
embarrass
there in black
me.
and white, so
Black
you
and
have to
white.
come.
So you
So,
have to
so
come.
Shani,
Yes.
since that 2 p.m., will you
Yes.
guys set up a live Zoom from there to have a
Right.
CG update while he's actually making a presentation at
So
the
I'm
Diaspora?
so happy you said that. We are discussing the streaming opportunities for conference. So by next week, when CG has us on again, I will have an update on the streaming options for conference. But certainly we must make some accommodation for this 2 p.m. slots, don't you think?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So that is the program. Now, let me jump back to the magazine. Now, I know that the marketplace, or let me speak about marketplace so we can go to the magazine. The marketplace is amazing and it is absolutely full. I have no more space. When I say I have no more space, I don't have space for me. I asked the ministry if they really needed their booth. So we're very excited. So let me run down the list of govees that we'll have. We'll of course have PICA, TAJ, Company's Office. We'll have the Ministry of Culture. We will have JAMPRO, JTB, Jamaica Customs Agency. And if you notice, I'm recalling by memory. I'm not actually looking at a list. We will have NIRA. We will have who am I missing? Yes, so we'll have those. And then we'll have the ministries, as I've told you, Ministry of Culture, Ministry of National Security, Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, of course. We'll have our legacy partners, Grace, JNVMBS. We have the Real Estate Board. We have our Bird Nest with our 21 small exhibitors that we're really, really excited for you to interact with. We have Wicon. I'm visualizing the floor plan. That is what it is. So JTB, Jumper, we have Wicon, we have Real Estate Board, we have S Hotel, we have National, we have an amazing National Bakery, we have an amazing marketplace. We have Devon House. We have Jackra, our coffee sponsor. Listen, I work hard, you know. We have an amazing marketplace for you, so we're very excited.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who may have applied or you may have had friends who have applied, and unfortunately, I literally got them to extend the marketplace. If you saw some would say bullying, but I didn't bully. I just, constantly reminded that we needed an extension of the space. So we did get it extended to be able to accommodate the 80 this year. So we're very happy because we had about 60 to 66 last year. So, we've been able to increase. But if you weren't able to, the magazine does still have spots available for you to place ads, as well as we will have video ads as well available if you would like to still advertise your business or have somebody advertise, or if you want to recommend it. I was trying, CJ, I will send it to you. I wanted to send the prospectus. So I will send that to you. Next up, we have on my list.
Shani, before you
Sure.
drop to the next one, suppose somebody is
That's
interested.
fine.
Suppose somebody's interested in advertising. How do they get involved with those arenas?
Right. So to do that, you just write to myself or Catherine, like I mentioned last week, which is Shani at, no, actually, yes, write directly to me, because it will come to me anyway, and the time is short. So Shani, Shani, at myhourglassproject.com, or to Catherine at Catherine with a C, myhourglassproject.com. I also just shared the prospectus with CG in our WhatsApp, CG, so you can, if you could do me a favor and just push that out for me. Or if you don't remember any of that, always remember that you can write Diaspora Conference at maft.gov.jm. So if you're interested in advertising, we do still have spaces in the magazine, and we absolutely still have spaces on the screen ads. And I hope I am not speaking out of turn, we're also looking at the opportunity, because we will have those gift bags. If you would like to sponsor the gift bags, in the sense that you would like to have your company have an insert, whether it be a product or, a discount code or a coupon or something, please also reach us and let us know, and we'll let you know how you could participate there as well. And then the final thing I want to talk about, what we can, if you have other questions, CD, no problem, is the satellite registration. So if you are an exhibitor, we will be having satellite registration at the MBCC on Sunday the 14th. What we are trying to do is, we know that it's a busy 3 days and we want to preload as much as we can. So if you are working in the marketplace on Monday, you want to just kind of get to work. You don't want to have to deal with registration, etc. So we want you to come on this Sunday because you'll be setting up and moving in anyway. Get your registration, get your bands, get your team sorted so that Monday, because the marketplace opens as early as 8 each day, you can just move straight over to, where you're supposed to be. And so you're not, bothered about, oh, I have to register, I have to get my band, so that you can have access. And then for our delegates, we will also be looking at satellite registration at Iberostar on the Sunday. Both sets of registration start from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Yes. So
Thank
those
you
are
very
my
much.
major updates. I'm happy to answer any other questions you may have, though.
All right.
All right. So yeah, I think Shani, what we're gonna do is you can put the questions in the chat and we will continue. We're gonna have this feature every week leading into the
Okay.
conference. So Shani, thank you so much
Not a
again.
problem.
Thank
Not a
you.
problem.
Appreciate your
Thanks so much
time
for
and
having me. Next week, CG will actually be at the convention center around this time.
oh,
So
lovely.
yeah, so it can be a little interesting if you'd like.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that somebody attends, whether or not myself, somebody from my team, or Ambassador Hall, because we'll be on site that entire for the rest of the day on Wednesday.
Excellent.
Wonderful. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much again for having me. See you next week, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. Well, up next on the agenda is Mr. Alvin Day. Mr. Alvin Day, in light of Mental Health Month, right? May. Alvin Day is an internationally respected leader, coach, keynote speaker, author, among many other things, executive director of the Global Empowerment Institute. He was born and raised in Jamaica before relocating to South Florida. He has coached senior executives and organizations across the globe, from Latin America to Asia and Europe. His impressive client list includes Campbell Soup, Johnson & Johnson, NBC Universal Studios, Nestle, the Bank of Jamaica, Sagicor, NCB Jamaica. Author of If Caterpillars Can Fly, and So Can I, and Persuasion Power. Alvin is recognized for delivering measurable business growth, leadership development, and transformational personal success. Mr. Alvin Day, welcome.
Hello. Yes, hello, and thank you, Dr. Nicole. You're most gracious. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to share a few minutes with you on a rather odd topic. Let me open with a statement of opinion and ask you if you can identify with it. And if you can identify with it, simply type yes in the chat as I go along. Here's the opinion. Whether you enjoy your job or your business or not, there are times when you feel a bit distressed with the routine if you're in a job of having to wake up in the morning 5 days a week and get on the road before you have breakfast and rest your mind and get ready for the day. You find yourself in the traffic and it's over and over. You're going in the same direction where everybody is going that morning, and in the evening you're coming back in the same direction and the traffic is terrible. You work for somebody who you don't necessarily believe in or is not your best friend, but the person is called a boss. And sometimes you feel distressed about that. Or you have a small business or a large business, but the business puts pressure on you. So much activity, so much you have to do. You have to struggle with getting employees and partners to do their part. And the stress is palpable and it's affecting your health sometimes. Can you identify with any of these? Or you've gotten to the stage where you've actually retired from formal work, and it was really wonderful in the first 2 to 3 months, but retirement turns out not to be what was promised for one reason or another. Can you identify? Wow. Rohan, yes. Samantha, yes. Tisha, yes. Diane, yes. Marcia, yes, yes, yes. You can identify with something about that. I've had the privilege of working with large and small corporations around the world, and I found this to be true, not only with people who are working for a living, whether in business or in a job or have retired, but in my own life. I remember my first job out of school was with Procter and Gamble, and it was rough. It was day after day. I was working hard. My family didn't understand why I didn't spend more time. My new wife didn't get enough time. And I was doing everything that I knew to just keep the family going financially and my profession growing. It was hard. And despite all of that, and the number of us who agree with the issues and the challenges and the pressures of this working world, this, if you live in America, this wonderful place called America, the place of opportunity, despite all of that, I have some shocking truth to share with you today. This is not opinion. This is biology. This is neurology. I do this by sharing a story. When I was a little boy growing up in Frankfield, Clarendon, Jamaica, one of my good friends was Derek. Derek fell down, broke his arm, and the doctor put it in a sling with a cast around it for 6 weeks. When the doctor took the cast off after 6 weeks, Derek looked at his arm, gasped, and fainted and fell over. Literally fell over faint. And the question is, why would he do that, looking at his arm, after it had been put in a position where it could heal for 6 weeks? If you think about it, here's what happened. When he looked at his arm, it was skin and bone. Man, he had muscles, he had flesh, he had a moving arm here. And this one was skin and bone, as if he were a skeleton on that arm. He could not deal with the shock of it. And the biology of it is, the science of it is, when an entity is designed to work and to put out effort, when that entity comes to a place where it stops putting out effort, that entity begins to die. The process is called atrophy. The muscle was made to move and push and pull and swing. And because the muscle was not having to do that, because it was supported, because it was easy, it didn't have to work, all the flesh and the sinews and the muscles, they began to recede, to shrink, to get smaller. The scientific process, as you know, called atrophy. And if you should keep that there, the flesh would literally die, the bones would start to rot. Shocking truth, isn't it? You were born to work. In fact, when a person is sick and lying on a deathbed, on a hospital bed, if the person cannot move, they have to turn the person over because the person would have body sores. We are designed to move. And the shocking truth I want to share with you today is that life is in the struggle. And despite the promise of retirement, if you do not figure out, if you and I do not figure out how to enjoy our lives while we are in the struggle, running that small business with the stress and the problems and the finances not being in place, or with that boss we don't like and with the people we're working with we don't believe in necessarily, if we do not figure out in those situations how to get the most out of life, of meaning and purpose and fulfillment and clarity of who we are and where we're going, retirement will not give it to us. Because here's the truth about retirement, and I'll share another story. I was living, when we were in Cincinnati, Ohio, I was living next to an engineer from General Electric. And he told me one day that the average tenure of someone who retires or retired at the time from GE was 11 months, and then the person died. Now, GE has hundreds of, I think over 100,000 at the time employees. The average tenure was 11 months. I could not believe it. I didn't think he was lying, but I wondered if he knew. It didn't make sense. About 15 years later, I had a really good friend who was a director of international marketing at GE, and I shared this with her, and I asked Marie, is that true? She said, Alvin, that number has gone down. Now, tell me if that's not shocking. The promise of beginning to find meaning and purpose and enjoyment in your life that comes with retirement, oh, I get a pension, oh, I get Medicare, is a false promise. People die when they come to a place after 40 years of getting up every day and pushing and driving with somebody expecting something of them and the pressure and the stress to the place of peace where after all that investment of 40 years, I can now enjoy myself and go to the park and sleep in and have a good life. It is a false promise. You were made to work. You were made to exert energy. You were made to solve problems. And as soon as you stop, you begin to die. I don't know about you. That sounds kind of scary to me. And so what's the question? Should you not retire? Should you not take that little package that they give you and accept your Medicare when you get to that stage? No. Accept it. But get that word retirement out of your vocabulary. That word came from the 1530s, from a French word that meant to recede and withdraw from battle. When you recede and you withdraw from battle, you become vulnerable, you become inactive, and atrophy begins to set in. So the question really is, how then do I live my life in such a way where, as I'm going through the pressures and the stress of life, I can truly enjoy life? I don't wait until the pressures and the stress go away. How do I leverage my current situation so I can find the meaning and the purpose? I've spent the last 25 years of my life teaching senior executives and small business people how to do this. And it's been a wild ride. Life's changing, people getting promotions and raises, companies making literally multiplied millions of dollars from their people, getting to that space where they're not putting off their lives. They're literally living in fullness. You have to be able to live a life of vision where you can see tomorrow before it comes and start planning for it instead of commiserating about the past or just indulging in the present. You have to be able to be aware of and master the ability of the thought words in your head, the spoken words, the written words, because they shape your reality. You have to develop the skill of managing and growing your energy, your physical energy, your mental energy, your spiritual energy, so you can go with force against what you want in life and to grasp it. You have to understand abundance that says the things that you want in your life, your dreams, your hopes, and your expectations will never run out. It's a lie that opportunity knocks once, but to live open and understand that life is full and abundant, more than you can possibly consume or attain. There is opportunity every day, and to live with that freeness takes away the stress even as you're going through your career. To be able to deal with the bad and the adverse and the evil of your life, to understand that you don't have to do well in spite of the pain of life. To learn the secret of how to do well because of the adversity of life, how to leverage that issue and that challenge, and on, to discover, let me ask it this way. How many of you know your life purpose? The reason you were born, the principal mission for which your life was designed for you to find maximum satisfaction? Just put in the chat and say me, or I know. You know why you were born. You know the one thing that lights you up, that will fulfill your life, that will give you total purpose in life, irrespective of your circumstances. Me, I. See, this is what it takes. And I see fewer of these than the yeses that I had before. But to know your life purpose, and then finally, to take all that you have learned and all that you have practiced and become an expert at, to make a massive contribution to your family and to your community, and beginning with yourself. These are things that are critical for us to be able to get to a place where we don't have to retire. Not in the classical use of the word anyway. And so, Oliver, I was thinking, how do I offer something to help those who are interested in this? And I thought about a way now of putting together a small group for a month where we talk about the principles of what it takes to succeed in your job, to get promoted in your job, to raise a business that's not just a small business anymore, to make yourself profitable, and to find meaning and purpose. And so I am putting together, just for this group, a 1-month experience of what you might call a mastermind group, to share some principles that I know have worked for me and for people whom I've coached for over 25 years. If you are interested, I won't take time to talk about it here. Just put in the chat, interested. And what I'll do here, in fact of just putting it in the chat, I'll put a number in the chat. Text me or WhatsApp me and say interested. And we can talk about this small group. It won't be more than 10 people. And if you have an interest in getting beyond the state where you need to retire, where you can start living the life of what they call retirement today, text me, and I look forward to sharing this with you. Here's what I know. I repeat a concept and I'll be done. The life is in the struggle. What a joy it is to find yourself in the thing that people call stress and problem and pressure, and live a life of fullness where you're clear about who you are, where you're headed, and every day you can go to bed tired and feeling, thank God, this is great. Wake up in the morning just thankful to be able to breathe and live again. That's what I want to share with you. And I trust that you experience this, and it makes your life so wonderful that retirement doesn't have to be a thing.
Thank you, Mr. Day. Thank you for putting your information in the chat. You'll see his WhatsApp contact in the chat. I see a lot of people say they're interested. Yes, wonderful. And I love what you said about living a life of vision where you can see tomorrow before it comes, right? Living with intention. Thank
That's
you.
right.
And I want to just personally thank Alvin Day for giving of his time, his expertise, because not a lot of the top brand name educational leaders, coaches would reach out in this way and just share. Normally, you have to pay thousands to get even a couple of minutes of your time. So I really appreciate you sharing these insights, and I'm happy to see we have several persons who have already said interested. So I mean, you might find you have more than 10 for your mastermind group. I don't know how you'll work that out. I'm sorry, Alvin, but thank you so much for joining with us, and we really appreciate it. And I hope that we can have you back on whenever you are able to share with
I
us.
appreciate that. Thank you. And one quick note, I appreciate the sentiment. I said put interested in there, and that gives us a quick way of doing it. But the way for me to get back to you would be, of course, just to text or WhatsApp me. That way I'll have the list when this Zoom thing is done. So be sure to text or WhatsApp me this afternoon.
Yeah, and do they have your information?
Yes, I just put it in the chat.
In the chat.
Perfect. Excellent.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
CG, before you go to the next, I'd just like to say a big respect to Aston Lu, founder and CEO of Ocheria.
Aston is on. He's on.
And I have to say a personal big up to my high school crush who lives in Atlanta now, Camille Sage, formerly Camille Hamilton, in the mix.
Excellent. Excellent. All right.
Good to know.
So guys, we're gonna move on. That was excellent. I'm sure you'll agree. Please give some thumbs up, some claps in the room. Ladies and gentlemen,
no letting go, no.
All right, just listen, we have royalty in the house, one of the finest entertainers of all times, a Jamaican in whom we are very, very proud. International recording superstar, legendary Wayne Wonder is on. Listen, I want to publicly thank him. He's one of the artists who always gives back. In fact, the concert that we had here in South Florida, Wayne Wonder was one of, the most cooperative. Everybody was cooperative, but I mean, he went, he was there at the launch. He showed up big time at the concert and he rocked the crowd. He was one of them that everybody said, boy, it looked like Wayne take the show, right? They said that about Marley's too, but Wayne Wonder definitely had the crowd rocking, and he always does.
And CG, how much did we raise that night? How much did we raise, CG? How much did we raise at the concert?
So we raised $400,000 at the Hard Rock, and every cent went back to Jamaica. I mean, because the artists gave up their time free of cost, and Hard Rock gave us the place free of cost, and so we were able to give back. And so I want to salute Mr. Wayne Wonder. Sir, we appreciate you, my brother. I know you're going to be on this concert journey to Kingston, and the consulate community is right behind supporting you, Sprague Brands, and we want to just give you this platform to say a few words about the concert.
All right, give thanks, CG Mair, appreciate the love. Well, journey to Kingston, the real authentic vibe, it's like a more broader love. Me and Sprague, we went to high school together. We live in the same community. So it's deep. And check this out. The three artists, Sprague Benz, Wayne Wonder, and Agent Sasko, went to Camper Down. So it's like, it's this energy, So we love the people to come out and just experience it, Different style, different vibe, A lot of flavor, Journey to Kingston.
We put the flyer in the chat and link to the Miramar Culture Center. The information is there. Thank you so much.
So it's on May 30th.
Yes.
May 30th. Miramar Cultural Center. And I want to just big up. I know Commissioner Chambers has been supportive. And Sprague Benz, who was just one of our race ambassadors for the Jamaica High 5K. And again, Wayne Wonder, who was there at the launch for our relief concert and performed at the Hard Rock. He's gonna be there, and once he's in the house, you know it's gonna be rocking from start to finish. So
Definitely.
yeah, man, we appreciate Sir Wayne. So I'm encouraging everybody. The information is there, and let us all support. And I will be there. And if I'm going to be there and they ask me to say a few words and they give me the mic, I'm going to do a song or two. So,
They
CG
say
Wayne,
always ready
CG
to rock the
Wayne on
mic.
that.
Always
Ready.
ready to rock the mic.
yes, man. Yes, man.
A true
Definitely.
artist.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Sir
All right.
Charles, Sir
Yes,
Charles,
sir.
we just
Yes,
had
Jason.
a presenter talk about, we mustn't lay when we're in retirement. I'd like to ask you, sir, if you could present to let the people them know how have you been able to have such a long career and you still look like a teenager and still making
So
hits?
don't say stop it, man. Ah, I just live what I do, when you live what you do. Like for me, as I say, everything is music for me. So it's all how you approach it and how you look at life. So if everything is music to me, my life is music. So the writing and the creativity comes easy because music to me is everything about my life and what's going on, and it has to be off something. So I guess that keep the current vibe and the longevity, just realness.
So for the group, have you always been brave enough to pursue your passion, like from when you were a child in grade school and you were, were you encouraged along the way, or you fought against the norm?
Always start out beating the decks in school. Me and some of our friends like David Brown, Vincent Thompson, I still remember the names, Roosevelt, Duncan. We always, beating the deck. So it started from there, and music was always like it. I just gravitate towards it. I used to live in Raytown, so it's like I could stay in my yard and hear the music. So the music just automatically find me until I started gravitating towards it more, and the journey continued. Singing Melody introduced me to King Tubby's where I recorded my first song. And then, my whole ball game just started from there.
Wonderful. And the world is blessed to have you.
I'm
Blessed.
grateful. I'm grateful.
Pastor Black has a question.
Hold on.
Jason.
Before in the group, I just want you to type what song your favorite Wayne Wonder song. Just type it in the group. And thing. And I'm looking forward. And Dr. Jones, I hope one day I'll get a call from the great Wayne Wonder and say, boy, CG, we should do a collab,
Wait, you say ready for the collab?
Ready for the collab.
CG, I see on the flyer, you're kind of as the fourth person on the flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sir
CG
Charles,
ready, man.
Yes,
Sir Charles,
man.
when
Yeah,
you do that collab, I just have one request. It has to be
yeah.
CG, Wayne Wonder, and Surprise. To have to mix it the hard way.
Right, a surprise, priceless,
Okay, so we have Pastor Black.
Surprise is priceless. You have a
Dr. Jones. Yeah,
surprise contract of a right,
I think we should move on. Just type in the question, Dr. Jones. Just
Yes, if you can type in the chat, that we have one more guest, and we're running out of time. So
yes.
Okay, thank you, Wayne Wanda.
Pleasure is mine. Journey to Kingston.
Yes.
May 30th. Spragabens, Agent Sasko, the musical assassin, and a whole lot of guests, the Marleys, everybody. It's going to be amazing.
Miramar Cultural Center.
Yes.
All right.
We will be there to support. We will be there to support, definitely.
Wayne, we appreciate your excellence, quality, and everything that you've done over the years. Seriously.
Everything you have stood up for music in Jamaica, you have been one of the most positive influences, bar none, for Jamaica. Big up, Mr. Wayne Wonder. We appreciate you, my brother.
Thank you so much. I want to wave my flag. When I wave the flag, people respect it. You know what I'm with it?
That's right.
Someone wants to represent it.
Respect.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Charles Wayne Wonder.
There you go. All right. We have our last speaker for the hour, Ms. Maxine Miller, CEO and conceptualizer of From Deed to Key Investment and Housing Conference. She's going to focus on investing in Jamaica. Maxine Miller, we ask you to unmute. Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. Good afternoon from
I'm
beautiful
gonna.
Jamaica. How is the weather over there, wherever you are?
It's good. It's good. It's actually been sunny. That's good weather for me. So warm. I like the heat. So it's been good. It's been good. So Maxine, I'm gonna give us 5 reasons why we should invest in real estate in Jamaica.
All right, so owning a piece of home matters. That's one. Real estate builds generational wealth. That's
Mhm.
2. Jamaica remains one of the Caribbean's strongest brands. Tourism creates opportunities. And of course, retirement planning. So those are my 5 reasons why investing in your piece of the rock is timely and necessary. And to expand on that and expound on that, I have Makeda Bromwell. She's an attorney at law and an investor in Jamaica. She's a current owner with her husband, owners of Cedars Estate in St. Mary. And she will be presenting at the conference. And I would love for her just to give you some nuggets on why investing in the piece of the rock is important at this time. Makeda? Is she on?
Yeah, and you have to unmute. Jason? Yeah. Is she on?
I've asked her to unmute. She's here. I've asked her to
Okay.
unmute.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so
Welcome.
much for having me. Yes, I was waiting for the host to unmute me. Good afternoon. My name is Makeda Bramwell. I am a diaspora lawyer. I practice in Toronto, in Jamaica. I also practice in Australia. But currently I'm practicing in Toronto and Jamaica. And yes, I am an investor in Jamaica. You know, many years ago when I was a teenager, I left Jamaica and I spent most of my adult life in Canada. And you know, part of the reason why I invest in Jamaica is because, you know, when you're a Jamaican, there's nothing like going home, right? No matter where you've lived. I've lived in Australia, you know, I've traveled all over the world, I've lived in Canada, but there's something profoundly meaningful when you go back to Jamaica, right? You're so connected to your roots. And so for me, I've always promoted, you know, living and investing back into the country that we're from, that, you know, we were born in. So no matter where you go in life, right, just remember that Jamaica is the one that shaped you. Jamaica is the one that give us, you know, the opportunity, the start that we needed. And we take that to other countries. But you know, while we're overseas, we have to look back at how can we, you know, invest back into our own country. So investing back into Jamaica for me shows some faith in the economy. It shows faith in the country. But even more than that, I'll tell you, as an attorney, I have clients that are non-Jamaicans that are all gravitating and looking towards going to Jamaica. I can tell you guys stories
Stick
on
up in there,
people
Makeda.
randomly.
Stick up in right there. I want to just, that point that was raised is key, because many times I hear the comment that we're allowing foreigners to buy out this and that and the other, and we're not giving our locals a chance. The same opportunity is there. And if outsiders can see the value in Jamaica, why can't we see it for
Absolutely.
ourselves? Continue, Maki.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just last weekend, I had a meeting with some Canadian investors who are so excited about investing in Jamaica and looking for investment opportunities. And so I say to the people in the diaspora, what is keeping us from not going back to our own country and investing? And like, Consul General said, listen, we can't sit on the sidelines anymore and complain about not investing. I'll tell you something. You can invest in Jamaica. You don't need a lot of money to invest in Jamaica. You need the knowledge to invest in Jamaica. And the three things I want to mention that Jamaica, where Jamaica is positioned, right? Strategically, Jamaica is the third largest tropical island in the Caribbean. And where we are positioned, we have a natural trade gateway between North America, between South America, and between Europe. Right? So we are naturally positioned that gives us that, economic prowess because other people want to trade with us, right? Jamaica has world-class connectivity between Kingston, hosts one of the region's most advanced transshipment ports. So those are some of the things when people are looking, when my investors are looking about investing in countries, they're looking at Jamaica, they're saying, Jamaica's government is stable. The economy is stable. We have been seeing growth in Jamaica. And these are things that these are multimillionaires with companies all over the world, and they're looking at going into Jamaica. So let me say very quickly, I applaud Maxine Miller on this initiative of hosting this investment seminar, and I hope that you are all there. Will be there because we'll be talking about how do I help you guys, owning piece of the rock. How do I help you? There's mortgages. There's other companies that will be that will in some cases will give mortgages or help you guys invest in Jamaica. But how do we do it the right way? At the seminar, I will be speaking a little bit about steps to getting land title because we also know that there's a lot of land in Jamaica that don't have title. What are some of the ways that we can get those title and how do we avoid fraud? So those are
Makeda,
some of the things.
let me cut you a little. This is great information, and I just want you to go straight to know how can persons register, and I know you have a special price today. Because I have a surprise person. I'm going to my team doesn't know I'm bringing on a young man now, a young gentleman to say a few words. So I'm
And
going
share
to
the
cut
date
right
as
to the
well.
chase.
The date of the
And
conference.
the date and how people can register.
All right.
So Maxine, this is your thing.
Right. So we're looking at June 5th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're going to have 2 sessions, morning and afternoon. We will have the program for next week so we can share the speakers for the day. And so you can decide whether you want to come for the entire day or just morning or afternoon, depending on your schedule. So we have a special offer. It's called Consul General Mair Special. That is for today. It's $50. The ticket prices were originally $80 for the conference, but we've decided to give this group a special discount so that we can get you all in that room to get the nuggets about how to secure your land, how to get your title, how to start looking at developing your land and, get active around owning a piece of the rock.
How do people get you for this special price?
All right. So there is spur.com. There is a special.
Can they call you directly for it?
They can
For this
call me
small group?
directly as well. They can call me directly. My number is 876-279-9188. There is also a code that I can share in the group for persons to just go. It takes them straight
We
to the
place a flyer in
platform.
there.
Right.
Okay.
So that flyer has the special barcode, which is
Excellent.
only for this group.
Only for
So
this
all
call,
you have to
guys.
do, right. All you have to do is just click on it and pay, and you're in.
So
right.
guys, this is not my
Wonderful.
conference. I'm a special guest, but I'm endorsed it because this is important information. Thank you very much, Maxine and Makeda. We appreciate you both. Great information. And as I told you, I have a young man, 15 years old. He is a Taekwondo specialist. He's won a lot of awards for representing Jamaica. He's 15 years old and he has come in his gear. So I'm going to ask him to stand right behind me now. People, this call is getting more exciting every week. We're giving you a live demonstration. Taekwondo star, Jamaican, Daniel.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would just like to come on to this call. First of all, thank you, Consul General Mair.
Reid, let no fake. Let's put down here. Let's get him a start. All right.
Thank you guys so much for having me here. I just had to express my gratitude to Consul General Mair for letting me be here. And I would just like to give my thanks to everybody for being able to hear my voice today and just watch me. Ask you guys if you could please support my journey in Taekwondo. I am representing Jamaica around the world. I have just come back from Uzbekistan, fighting in the Junior World Championships, and I plan to go to many places this year, but as you know, Jamaica is not very well funded in that department. So I was just really requesting support financially and anything that can help, any type of sending the flyers to people and a kind of promoting, everything would be greatly appreciated. There are many different ways we can do that, and I'm greatly appreciative for all of it, really. My goal in my life right now for Taekwondo is to inspire other kids my age and way younger than me as well to really do what they want to do, even if they don't have the resources to. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to ask for those resources and ask for those connections, really to just spread my mission worldwide, especially in Jamaica. Jamaica is a very, very important place in my heart. Both of my parents are from Jamaica. My whole entire family is from Jamaica. I have my dual citizenship from Jamaica and the US. And I would just really appreciate if you guys could take that time, take that little bit of energy and just pour it into me so I can pour into the youth of our country.
How can we contact so we can donate?
I should let you know, he didn't come here for that. That was my suggestion. He actually just came to do a courtesy visit. And I thought, given that he was coming today, I said, you know what, let me just put him live. He's a young man. He came here with his mom, and of course they're going to tournaments and stuff. So those who are led can go directly to thing. Come, mommy, let's show. Come to the
Yeah, where can we go to donate?
Yeah, mommy, you can speak to that. Yeah. Yeah.
I was prepared for this either. Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Hi, I'm Tracy Bally. Yeah, Daniel does have a fundraiser account. I'll be happy to share the link with Consul General so he could put it in the drop it in the chat.
All right, WhatsApp it to me. I'm going to put it in there.
I'll put it in
Yeah,
there.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. Yes, so he does have a fundraiser account, and he's a part of the World Taekwondo Jamaica Foundation, which operates out of Mandeville, and his dojo here is in Pembroke Pines, Florida.
Excellent, excellent.
Thank you all for hearing his
15 years old. Thank you, mommy, for guiding.
Thank you, everybody, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Daniel. All the
Us,
best.
Daniel, us.
All right.
Us.
Yes.
Guys,
Well,
and listen, this is as mommy sends the link. Those who are led, do so. Last time we were on the call, we had a young man at table tennis. He went on to play in the tournament. He didn't win, but he did well. And it was a support here on this call by those who are led. If you're not led, that's fine. You don't have to feel pressured in any way. But those who want to invest in the young man and his future in a sport that we don't normally have Jamaicans represented, feel free to plant seeds in the future, because mommy alone can't do this. And she didn't ask to come here to be on the program. I just said, you know what, I'm going to put you on. All right. So,
yes.
so you got that link? You sent it to me?
And you'll see the link in the chat if you'd like to donate. And Also, in closing, I want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day this Monday coming up.
I have to say bye to the INI listening audience, INI radio listening audience. They're shutting off now.
384.
All right.
They're shutting up. Don't shut off yet now. I just want to put the link in there for the
And who would like to do our closing prayer? So Donnie, I see you there on camera. All right, I'll put you on the spot. Don't worry. Yes? Okay, she says to unmute. I'm reading her lips.
Dr. Jones, 1 second. All right. Let me just send this. I'm going to forward some to you. Yeah, let me just send this to you.
And you'll see the link shortly. I put a little bit about Daniel in the chat. And Sidoni's, she's working up her courage. Yes. So we can unmute her in the meantime, right, Jason?
Sorry, I wasn't in the room. Who do you want me to unmute?
Sidoni, I see the first name.
Oh, from Atlanta. My
You
family.
You saw the link, Dr. Jones?
My people.
Dr. Jones, you saw the link?
Yeah, well, no, I don't see the link. Yeah.
To your phone, to your WhatsApp?
Oh, yes.
That being said, Sidonia is here, all the way from Atlanta. How you doing, Sidonia?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. And I'll close off in some prayer. All right. Father, we come to you today, and we're asking you to bless each and every one that joined this meeting today. Bless everyone that shared their thoughts, their information. And I'm asking you to guide us as we're about to leave this meeting today. Keep us in your thoughts, your prayers, and bless us as we continue on this journey each and every week and share our knowledge and what we know about this business and also personal. We thank you for each and every one and continue to bless us. In your name I pray, amen.
All right,
Dr.
everyone.
Jones, you saw it?
Yes, I'm putting it in the chat now.
Sidoni is the exciting new entrepreneur with Jerk Bus Atlanta, just let you know.
Yes, thank you, Sidoni. Appreciate it. And thank you for being on the call. And I want to thank all our regulars for being on the call. I want to thank INI Radio for carrying the footage and Jamaicans.com. Remember, we do this call every week, 2 o'clock. It's lunchtime, late lunch. All right, so you can do your work. We're not encouraging you to be sculling work. You can do your work, put on your headphones, and do what you're doing, or do it in your lunchtime. You're part of the program. Thank you for everybody who participated. We're here next week, 2 o'clock. You feel to join in. Make sure you like the pages, so you can follow us for all the updates. Dr. Jones, final word to you.
All right. Happy Memorial Day again. Thank you for joining. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Sidoni.
Thank you to the team. Thank you to the team putting it together. Everybody was a part of making this call a reality. Thank you all.
And if you missed anything from today's call, you can go to the YouTube channel, Jamaica Diaspora Updates.
I saw Rosemary Brock on the call. Ginger was on the call. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Ms. Thompson over there, Nikki Ann. All right. Thank you, everybody. We're redefining Jamaican time. Thank you all for being on time. Lovely.
Listen,
Barrett.
Before people leave, we'll have to celebrate Ginger's birthday tomorrow.
Oh,
because we're gonna be able to.
Happy birthday, Ginger, when it comes.
What we're gonna do, Miss Lou? We're gonna do business signal. How we're gonna do this? How we all go out? One more year upon them. Give thanks for life. All right, we're gonna Miss Lou. Happy birthday. Happy birthday!
Ginger, I see you now.
Happy birthday to you there, Ginger. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! People, anyway.
Happy birthday, Ginger.
Thank you, CG. Thanks,
Yeah,
Jason.
man,
all right.
All
Bye-bye.
Everyone, take care.
Take care.